As a postgraduate or a doctoral student, it's probably been quite a while since you first learned how to do critical analysis, if indeed anybody ever taught it you in the first place. When you are critically analysing anything, there are 4 things that you need to be doing: describing, interpreting, evaluating and synthesising. I'm going to walk you through the main things that you should be looking for and the questions that you should be asking when you're doing critical analysis. I'm Dr. Elizabeth Yardley, and through this channel I am sharing my 2 decades of experience supporting postgrad and doctoral students. Now, critical analysis is something that I get asked about quite a lot, and the students who ask me how do I do critical analysis span every level of education, from undergrad to doctoral students. So if you are sat there thinking, I don't really know how to do critical analysis, don't worry, because you are not alone. And by the end of this video, you will be so much clearer on it. And if you're interested in getting better at critical analysis, you definitely want to check out this. This is my critical analysis cheat sheet, and it's available to download completely free. I'll put the link in the description. But for now, let's take a look at those 4 key things, starting with describe. So describe. Now, before you go on to any of the more advanced stages of critical analysis, you need to make it clear that you understand what you are critically analysing. You need to demonstrate that you actually get it before you can move on to do any of that other fancy stuff. So here you need to outline and explain. You need to say what the item focuses on, what main arguments it's making, what is the general gist of it. And here are some sentences that you can use when you're describing, so feel free to take a screenshot. After we've described, we interpret. Now, interpretation is about applications and implications. As we're moving away from description and into interpretation, we take the main points from the item that we've been reading and we think through the implications of them. We think through the ramifications of applying them to the topic that we're focusing on. When you apply the key points to your essay, to your dissertation chapter, to your idea, what are the ramifications of that? So can you apply those main arguments, those main points to the thing that you're looking at? Or can't you? Are they not a particularly good fit with the thing that you're exploring? To what extent can those points be applied to what you're looking at? Are they relevant? Are they helpful? What happens when you apply these arguments to the thing that you're looking at? If you accept those arguments, what are the implications for the thing that you're exploring? What happens? Who or what is affected? Who or what is included? Who or what is excluded? What follows on from actually applying this to what you're exploring? Use sentences like these when you're interpreting, and feel free to take a screenshot. The next thing we do is evaluate, which involves making a judgment about its value. And here we're being really specific. We're thinking about the value we are evaluating based on how useful something is for what we're doing. We're not evaluating in general. We're not considering in general how valuable this item of literature or whatever is in the grand scheme of things. We're thinking about how valuable it is for us and for what we're doing. So how valuable is a particular piece of literature for the questions that you're asking, for the essay that you're writing, for the dissertation that you're doing? So we're not thinking about how generally valuable a particular item of literature is in the broader field that you're studying in. We are thinking about how useful, how insightful, how relevant it is for the thing that you are doing. Now, you might have read one of the big deal books or journal articles in your discipline, and you might think, well, that wasn't actually very helpful for what I'm doing. That's fine. That is a judgment that you can make, because this, again, is not about the general value or the esteem or the profile of a particular piece of literature. It's about how valuable it is for you and for what you are doing. So evaluation, make a judgment about its value in relation very specifically to the thing that you're doing. And here are some sentences that you can use when you're evaluating. After we've evaluated, we need to synthesize, and this involves looking at something in context. So when you've got a particular piece of literature, you need to think about that piece of literature in relation to the other pieces of literature in that area. Where does it sit? What does it bring to the party? What does it agree with? What does it disagree with? Does it highlight something that other pieces of literature have skipped over or not even mentioned? Does it say something completely new that you haven't seen before? Use sentences like these when you're synthesising. So there you have it, the 4 stages of critical analysis: describe, interpret, evaluate and synthesise. And don't forget, if you want some additional help with your critical analysis skills, download my critical analysis cheat sheet. The link for the cheat sheet is in the description, and I'll be back in the next video with more tips on all things supercharging your studies. So I'll see you then.